Hey, greetings YouTubers, and welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts collection overview video. Today we're going to go through the Synapse Films collection. I don't have a lot, but the ones I have I really like, and I kind of broke it down by piles. I think I only have one DVD, but it's very possible that I'm missing some stuff that's not on the bed. But anyway, continuing on, I have a stack of Blu-rays, I have a stack of steelbooks, and then I have kind of like these deluxe slipcover steelbooks from High Def Ninja. So the gang is all here. It's a chill out Sunday night as I'm recording this. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you have a really good week ahead of you, whatever your plans are. So let's get into the movies here. We'll start with the DVD and then we'll just kind of work our way across. So get yourselves relaxed, get a beverage, get a snack, and let's check out the Synapse Films movies. So these are all bagged for protection, and since there's such a small quantity of movies, I may take a couple of them out and we'll look inside and talk a little bit more about them. But for the first one here, this is the lone DVD that I have. I think this is the only one I have. This is Christmas Evil. It is obviously a holiday-themed, a Christmas-themed slasher movie. And this was the special edition, and they're calling it the original director's cut. And that cover is pretty awesome. It says it's the greatest Christmas movie ever made. I don't know about that. You guys can let me know if you agree with it. I think there's some pretty good holiday-themed horror movies. I like them. And let's see, what can I tell you about it? It was made in 1980. There goes that year 1980 again. How many times have we heard that? 1980 was a great year for horror movies. This is rated R, 95 minutes. And it doesn't say when Synapse Films released it. Oh yeah, it does, right here, 2006. Right where my finger is, if you can see that there. Let me get that in there for you. And if you're interested in any of these titles, you can go to the Synapse Films website, but I would recommend going to eBay and looking for maybe a used, gently used mint condition copy, or maybe even a new and sealed copy that you may get cheaper than the website. Just saying. Synapse Films is pretty expensive. So that was Christmas Evil on DVD from 1980. The next one is called Countess Dracula. It's the Blu-ray DVD combo pack, part of the Hammer horror collection. I love Hammer movies. British really know what to do with gothic horror. I think they're the best at it, in my opinion. Again, there's no right or wrong answers. It's just an opinion. This one came out in 1971. It has a PG rating, and it was 93 minutes running time. And it was released in 2014 by Synapse, and there are the special features. Look at Ingrid Pitt. What a doll. Right there in center. She is gorgeous. Just a beautiful woman. She was in a lot of these British and Italian horror movies. So it is Countess Dracula. The next one is a pretty fun slasher movie. I enjoy this one quite a bit. This is the special edition of Curtains. Behind every curtain, someone is waiting, something is watching. Curtains, the ultimate nightmare. So I guess I'll give you guys a little update too on my channel. So this will be the last collection update video for this week. And then next weekend, I'm going to upload my Code Red DVD and Blu-ray collection. And next weekend, I'm also going to upload a update video of new pickups and new releases that I get for the collection. And then after that, I'm going to take a bit of a break from YouTube. So I just want to kind of give you guys a heads up on that. So this one came out in 1983. It's 90 minutes running time. And Synapse Films released it in 2004. Check out the mask that the killer uses in this movie. Pretty horrifying. And John Vernon is in here. He was a frequent collaborator with Clint Eastwood on some of his movies. I know he was in The Outlaw Josie Wales, and he was in the Dirty Harry movies, and I think he's in a couple other ones, but he was always a really good actor. So that is Curtains. Let me tell you something else about it. This also has, there was something on here I thought for a bonus feature that I really liked. It's been a while. Okay, there's a Blu-ray exclusive here. The director Gordon Thorne's vintage documentary short featuring rare behind-the-scenes footage from Curtains Blu-ray exclusive to this set. And I remember watching it and I thought it was pretty cool. So just wanted to make you aware of that. The next one is another fun kind of a monster movie called Demons by Lamberto Bava, kind of a collaboration with Dario Argento. And Bava directed it, Argento produced it. And I have a lot of fun with these movies. I think these are pretty good. It says they will make cemeteries their cathedrals and cities will be their tombs. This movie came out in 1985. 89 minutes running time. And it was released in 2014 by Synapse. And if you want to pause it and read, check those out and just check out that demon. Practical effects with the rubber suit and the fake blood. There's nothing better than that. Demons from 1985. And of course, you know, Demons 2 would be right behind it. Same thing. You got another collab between Lamberto Bava, Dario Argento, and the sequel, Demons 2. Let's take a look at the Synapse logo. Not quite as good as the first one, but it's still fun. I think I would give the first one maybe a 6.5 out of 10. And I think I'd give this about a 6 out of 10 for what it's worth. Don't judge a movie by what I grade it, though. Don't judge a movie by what anybody grades it. You figure it out for yourself. I'm not going to get into all that. This is the unrated version of the movie from 1986, 92 minutes running time, and it was released in 2014 by Synapse. And there's some more practical effects. It looks like they kind of tightened it up a little bit. It looks a little bit better. Not that this one looks bad, but it definitely looks like it needs a little TLC, and then that one looks a little more cleaned up, I think. Maybe bigger budget this time, and they were able to have better makeup and special effects. Watching television can be hazardous to your health and bring the end to the world. So that's Demons and Demons 2. And then they came out with an upgrade on 4K with both movies and one like a small box set with a slipcover. We're going to open this one up. We'll do a deep dive into this edition here. So you can see they're calling it a special limited edition 4K. You can see all the creatures from part 1 on the left, part 2 on the right. Bobby Rhodes in the middle. Rosemary, who was played by Greta Gerwig, on the right there next to him, right there. Played Tony the Pimp. I have this in the plastic bag. By the way, this is all region, 4KR. I couldn't quite fit a Blu-ray sleeve, So there's a little strip that comes about right where those yellow stickers are. And I couldn't quite get the flap to reach the glue strip, so I put these little stickers there. Because I tried to put this in a DVD bag when it wouldn't fit, but it was a little bit loose, and I like it better when it's tight like this. It just looks better. It's not too tight that it's damaging the slip or anything. It's just a really nice, clean look to it with that tightness. I just wish the flap would have came down a little bit more, and I wouldn't have to use those stickers. But let's take the bag off. We'll take a look inside and see what's in there. All right, let's dive into this bad fella here. This is Demons 1 on the front. I know you recognize that cover. And then you flip it to the back, and you have Demons 2. Beautiful design for a movie like this. Then the spine says Demons 1 and 2. I love it. I love the way this looks. It's a heavy-duty, thick set. I recommend this. I recommend a lot of these. This one comes with a poster. We'll pull that out and we'll stretch it out. Comes with a catalog. We'll kind of flip through that, even though it's the 2020 catalog. I just want to show that to you. And then it comes with an invitation to the party in part 2. And it also comes with an invitation to the party from part 1. Angela, let me see if I can get this out without messing it all up. Sometimes it's a little frustrating doing things with one hand, but we manage. So there is the artwork for Demons 2 on the disc. I really love that they come with unique artwork. That is just amazing. I think it looks really good, especially that one. That looks really good. And then there's a reverse cover as well. Looks like that. That's exactly the image that is on the slipcover. So I choose to have this on the inside. Like to have a variety every chance I get. And let's take a look at these little trinkets that they threw in. So this was the ticket to the theater in part 1 when they were going to watch the movie. And it just talks a little bit about the transfer. This is really cool. Shout out to my English buddies. I'm going to read a little bit about this. This is to my boys in England. It says, this 4K presentation of Demons, let me see if I can steady my hand here, was scanned and restored in Bologna, Italy, utilizing the original 35mm camera negative, film grading in SDR and high definition Dolby Vision, was performed at Silver Salt Restoration, London, UK. So shout out to my Italians and my British bros out there. You guys did a great job with this. This is a really beautiful edition. Picture quality is really good. The sound quality is really good. So I wanted to read that to you. And then this was a little trinket for the party invitation in part 2. Party was Friday night from 8 to whenever. Bring your own records, drinks, and cake are served. And then it talks about the transfer again. Same thing. You got Italy and Great Britain, or Italy and England to be precise, who have combined to release a beautiful edition. And then here is, just briefly, we'll flip through with these Synapse catalogs. I used to love it when companies did that. Anchor Bay used to do it. Blue Underground used to do it. And they would leave these little catalogs with previous releases from their company. And these are kind of collectible because, you know, it's 2020 on here. It's not worth anything, but, you know, in 10 years from now or 25 years from now, you can look back and say, dang, they had, you know, whatever, these old movies were just available for the first time 25 years ago. So let me pause it. We'll take a look at the poster and we'll move on to the next movie. So there it is. It's a beautiful, kind of a thick paper. It looks like it has a nice sheen to it, a nice varnish on there, nice gloss. And there's nothing on the back, but that's a beautiful poster. So those are the 3 Demons editions that are available at Synapse Films. The next one is called Intruder, the director's cut. It is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, and this is a slasher movie that takes place in a grocery store. It's it's like a 90% horror, 10% comedy. I would put it that way. It's directed by Scott Spiegel, and it had Sam and Ted Raimi in the movie. It also had David Burns from the Talking Heads. And I enjoy this movie a lot, and I think it's really good. And let me see, what else can I tell you about it? It came out in 1988, and SYNAPSE released it in 2011. Has pretty good gore in it, pretty good practical effects. It's not over the top. There are some scenes that are a little bit in the gray area of being over the top, but it's not like one of these gore fests where it's just gore for being gory type thing. So this is the uncensored director's cut here too. That's pretty cool. Did I say what the running time was? 88 minutes, I think I did say that. Now up here it's saying it was from 1989, but at the very bottom it says 88, so I'm not sure. It's either 88 or 89, Intruder. The next one is, I believe, an Australian movie called The Long Weekend. And from what I remember, I watched this once years ago, and I remember liking it. And I think it's kind of like social commentary. And what I mean by that is they show like people littering and polluting and all this stuff, and then in the movie the animals are attacking this couple that are just kind of disrespecting nature, if you will. So these animals are kind of getting revenge on them, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. There was some pretty good scenery. I think Australia is beautiful, and if I remember, this was Australian, and it was filmed in Australia on the coastline. So this movie came out in 1978, and SYNAPSE released it in 2015. It's region A, and it's locked. Long Weekend. Next one is the original Maniac Cop with Bruce Campbell and Tom Atkins and Robert Zadar, who plays the Maniac Cop. This is a fun movie. It's definitely a grindhouse type movie, a drive-in style movie. And I'm sure most of you have seen this one by now. It came out in 1988. SYNAPSE released it in 2011. It's rated R, and it's 85 minutes running time. There you can see Bruce Campbell. There's Robert Zadar right there. Let me see if I can find his name so you guys can see it, because it's kind of an unusual name right there, Robert Zadar. If you want to know more about him, Google him. He had some kind of a, I don't like to talk about this kind of stuff because you have to be so careful what you say these days, but he had some kind of like a deformity in his chin, where his chin was like really way bigger than it should be. And it gave him a very frightening look as a Maniac Cop. But I've watched documentaries about Zadar, not necessarily documentaries, but like special features about him. And everybody said, he's passed away now, but everybody talked about what a great guy he was. He was so nice. He was like the opposite of his character in the movies. And I guess that just goes to show you what a great actor he was too. And it kind of reminds me of Gunnar Hansen, because he was a menacing, looming figure, chainsaw-wielding madman. But everybody only says good things about Gunnar Hansen too. So I would kind of put him in that same category. Frightening, but, just a very gentle human being. So that's Maniac Cop. This one, I have no idea. I can't even remember buying it. I don't remember ever hearing anything about this. When I pulled it out, I was like, what the hell? Legions of the Dead Moratorius? I don't remember buying this or anything about it. So if anybody wants to talk about it, please feel free. It says it was banned in Italy, and it's all region. It came out in 2011, 86 minutes running time. And it was a direct release because it came out in 2011, and unless I'm reading this wrong, and SYNAPSE released it in 2011. if you can see that. Maybe I'm reading this wrong, but I thought that's when the movie came out in 2011, 86 minutes running time. And then just below it, it was whenever it has that little number. That's, wait, hold on. There's a 2015 underneath it. I take that back. So it was from 2011. It was released in 2015. If anybody knows, I'll just read this little bubble at the top, this little synopsis. Dark, cruel, strong, weird, and violent. Muratorus harkens back to the hyper-stylized, violent aesthetic of Italian shock maestro Fulci. It's Ben-Hur from Beyond the Grave. It's Spartacus with rough, something I shouldn't say, and spooks. It's Gladiator with graphic gore and ghouls. It's, you get the picture, see it. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know. But let's take a look at the cover really quick. It looks like it would be fun. I just don't remember this at all. Here's another horror movie from 1980, Prom Night, starring JLC. And also has Leslie Nielsen in it right there. This was really good. Look at, man, I think that she was at the top of her game right there, Jamie Lee Curtis. She was really, really at the top of her game right here in 1980. I know the window closes soon for all of us, and I think shortly after this, her window started to close. But she had a long window though. She was very good looking for a long time. But eventually, Father Time catches all of us. There's no way around it. 1980, 93 minutes, Region A locked, and it was released by Synapse in 2014. Has some pretty good bonus features here. There's a never before seen outtakes from Prom Night that was exclusive to this DVD. That's the thing about Synapse, and Don May, who is the owner of Synapse, he was always really good with his transfers. Like, they put a lot of money into their transfers and special features. And that's why their product is a little more expensive, but it's worth it. When you get something from Synapse, you're getting really, really good quality. The next one is, I'm glad I pulled these out because I've never watched this one before either, but I want to, and soon. I forgot I had this one too. It's called Samurai Avenger, the Blind Wolf. The little tagline at the top says, "No honor, no mercy, revenge is blind." Beautiful cover. The movie came out in 2009. This one's all region. And it was released by Synapse Films in 2015. There's the special features. There's a making of documentary, feature length. Those are always great. I told you I'm a nerd. I really get into that stuff. I can sit and watch a documentary that's an hour and a half, 2 hours long, no problem. There's some of these screen grabs from the movie. Don't really know what I'm getting into with this. Maybe you guys do if you want to comment. It says crazy fun with witches, samurai C-sections, zombie warriors, and hypno boobies. Yes, hypno boobies. It says. I didn't. That's a quote. So 2009, Samurai Avenger, the Blind Wolf. The next one is a low-budget sword and sorcery movie starring Linda Blair, front and center. Also has Michael Parks and Julie Strain. I put it in a black case because I think it looks really good. It's got that pink that kind of bumps into the black with that purple and blue. That's really nice. That's a very, very pleasing to the eye, the aesthetics of this cover. The artwork is really good too. And I think it just looks good in that black cover. I like to play around with cases sometimes. So this one came out in 1995, 89 minutes running time. Synapse released it in 2016. What else can we say about this? You can see some of the still frames. This was directed by Jim Wynorski, so you kind of know, and produced by Fred Olen Ray. Oh man, why is it so blurry? Those two guys are kind of, they're excellent guys, but they're more into like the nudity and, you know, stuff like that. Kind of like Russ Meyer. I'm not saying I'm complaining about it. I'm just saying that's the kind of movie you can expect to see whenever you see Fred Olen Ray or Jim Wynorski. To each their own, you know. I have nothing wrong with seeing nudity. I'm just more into like horror, the straight horror movies. That's what I prefer. So that was Sorceress from 1995. The next one is called Street Trash, and they're calling this one the Special Meltdown Edition. And this is a splatter flick. It's very over the top gore, but it's more like a splatter gore where, you know, it's, again, this is probably, I would say 75%, yeah, 75% horror-ish, 25% dark humor, something like that. I don't know, but you can see the different colors and stuff. So it's not necessarily gory, like body gore. It's just different colors and splatters, and it's pretty fun. It's definitely a grindhouse style movie. It definitely would be a good drive-in movie. And this one came out in 1987. And Synapse released it in 2013. I'm going to take a look here. There's another feature-length documentary called The Meltdown Memoirs. Yeah, that's excellent. Anytime that there's a feature-length documentary like that on a Blu-ray, huge plus. The next one is the special 2-disc Blu-ray edition of Dario Argento's Suspiria. I'd like to put this one in a black case too. I don't have any extras at the moment, but I do order replaceable cases. I got a bunch of red ones, a bunch of orange ones, a bunch of white ones, and yes, some black ones that I keep those all on hand in case I have to replace or just want to kind of switch things out. But I don't have any black at the moment. I have to get some of those. Probably order some blue and greens too, just to have them. And look at all the bonus features you get for this one. That's pretty awesome. 1977, this movie looks great. This movie really, really looks great. It looked great even back on VHS. It looked great on DVD, and then it just keeps getting better. You'll be seeing the 4K here in a minute, and I watched the 4K from Synapse a couple of years ago when it first came out. We'll be talking about that one in a second. But I've never seen a 4K look that good, and I had mentioned that in the very beginning of this movie, when she's getting dropped off at the dance school and it's raining, you can almost count the raindrops. It's that crisp when the rain is pouring down on the taxi as she's getting out, and then it kind of pans back to watch her walk into the building where there's like a lamp that's kind of lit. What a beautiful scene. I mean, I can see it in my mind right now as I'm talking to you, and it's pouring rain. You can hear the rain hitting the taxi, and you can almost count the individual raindrops. That's how crisp that transfer looks. We'll be talking about, actually, we'll pull that one out and we'll open it up and look inside. But this is really a great movie. It's a slasher movie. I really enjoy Suspiria. This is the 2-disc limited edition. I think it's 2 Blu-rays. Let's see. Let's not think. Let's just read, right? It's right here. This is a 4K restoration, original, uncut, uncensored, from the 35mm camera negative. It doesn't say what the second disc. Well, I'm assuming the second disc is all these special features. Has a 30-minute Suspiria visual essay. Wow. It's like going to school to learn about your favorite movies when you look at the documentaries and stuff and featurettes on the back of these movies, the bonus features. It's like you already love the movie, you've seen it probably a dozen times, and then you can learn more about it, and there's nothing better than that. Let's check out the 4K. So here is the aforementioned 4K. So you get the 4K release of the movie, and then you get bonus materials and special features on a Blu-ray. And then here's the cover. This is a slip cover. And it's, let me see, 98 minutes running time. It's not rated. And we already know the movie came out in 2017. I mean, 1977. Synapse released it in 2019, so this is fairly new to their catalog. But I strongly encourage you guys to get this movie on 4K from Synapse Films. There's probably not going to be a better release of this movie. And if you like this movie, I'm sure you probably already have this if you like the movie, but if this is a movie you've never heard of, or you're kind of a casual horror fan, I think you would like this. It's kind of it's a whodunit. It's a slasher movie. It's not too gruesome or too violent. It's violent, but not gory in that regard. So here's the black cover. The black case already came with it. So I flipped this cover, and I love that simplicity of that image there in the front. It's just a very simple and effective cover, and it's beautiful. That's the original cover. And here's a film catalog from 2020. We looked at one of those already. Here's the special features Blu-ray. And here's the 4K bad boy right there. What a beautiful release. So that is Suspiria from 1977 on 4K. Probably the best 4K quality-wise that I've seen. Usually I can't tell a difference between a 4K and a Blu-ray. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm being dead serious. I don't know if I have bad eyesight or I'm just maybe not getting fooled by it. But most of the 4K and Blu-ray look very identical to me. But this one here, definitely you can tell it was, the quality was, the bar was raised on this one. And this is the last Blu-ray. This is part of the Hammer Horror Collection. Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Vampire Circus. Let's see, what can we talk about here? The movie came out in 1971. And it was released by Synapse in 2010. Look at that lizard lady. Blood-curdling bonus features. The bloodiest show on earth, making Vampire Circus documentary. There you go again. Those documentaries are like gold. They really are. Includes both the Blu-ray and DVD discs. Region A locked, 1972, 87 minutes running time. I'm going to be trading this phone in pretty quick, pretty soon, like within the next month. I'm going to upgrade. This is an Apple iPhone 15. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've never been more disappointed in a phone. And the first iPhone I got was iPhone 4. And I've been an iPhone guy my whole, well, not my whole life, obviously. I didn't have a phone when I was a kid. But I've been a very dedicated iPhone guy. I'm going to give the 16 a shot, probably in a month or so. Hopefully it's better, because this phone with the lack of focus on this phone is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. And I don't know, I'm not going to complain, but they have two cameras on this phone. One is supposed to kind of focus on the background, and one focuses more on the front, the foreground. And you would think with all the technology, this thing would have crystal clear, perfect focus every single time. It's very frustrating to me to have to stick around and wait, a couple extra seconds for it to, that's unacceptable to me. So, but I'm going to try the 16. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't, I'm leaving Apple. I'm going to try to find something else. Okay, so now we're probably getting into the best part of the collection, and these are the steelbooks. These steelbooks are very expensive, but I think they're worth it. Just because they put a lot of extra detail and attention into the quality. To me, it's worth giving, supporting a company like that keeps physical media alive, and it keeps it, the best that it can be as far as sound and picture quality. So this is the movie Demons from 1985. We'll just kind of go through these quickly because we talked about Demons already. Just wanted to show you the steelbooks that are available. I want to say when the steelbooks come out at SYNAPSE, they're like $50 a piece. So for a Canadian, that's probably like $120. So that is Demons. That's the first one. See how I like to throw little jabs at my Canadian peoples. Here's Demons 2. But in a way, I'm not really joking. They got some issues going on in Canada. So I pray for my Canadian friends, because there are some good people in Canada. There's some good viewers, and we'll just leave it at that. So these are Demons and Demons 2 steelbooks. I'm sure these are long out of print. You can probably find these on eBay. I have no idea what price these would be now. They have come out, when did these come out? Does it say in the back? I really don't know, but they've been out for a long time. They've been out of print for a long time. I don't know what the market for these movies are on eBay, so you'll have to check that out. The next one is called The Kindred, and this is a steelbook that comes with a slipcover. Is that blurry? Hold on. I think my eyes are getting bad, but that still kind of looks blurry to me. And here's the steelbook. You can see that little bastard hiding in the bottle. A little bottle bastard. Anthony didn't ask to be brought into this world. Look at that chartreuse in black. I mean, that just looks phenomenal. Reminds me of Reanimator with the reagent, how it's kind of like that fluorescent chartreuse color. You get a 2022 catalog this time. Here was the info card that was on the back of the shrink wrap when the steelbook was new. It comes with a booklet, a couple pages we'll flip through. It's literally just kind of a 2 or 3 page, 5 page, I guess. And this also comes with a CD soundtrack. So here is the compact disc with the soundtrack from the movie. And here is the Blu-ray feature film. And here's the DVD of the feature film. So you get a Blu-ray, you get a DVD, and a CD soundtrack. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, we'll take a look at the artwork again really quick. So that is the Kindred, little creature feature for you. So the next one is probably my favorite steelbook in this collection, in this SYNAPSE collection. This is The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. This is also known as Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. Look at this cover. It has a double cover. I'll show you the back. The back one is even a little bit better than this one. To me, they're both pretty good though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this one's a little bit better now that I'm looking at it. This is a good movie though, and this is a really beautiful steelbook. Look at that. Just look at that. It's got a bunch of stuff in here too. It's got a poster. We'll look at that in a minute. It has a pretty thick, oh, this is the catalog from 2020. Has a CD track listing as well as probably another like a 4 or 5 page booklet. We'll look at that in a second. And then this was the little info card that was in with the shrink wrap when this was new. So there's the CD soundtrack. It's remastered. Is this thing recording? Okay. This is the Blu-ray. And the DVD. I love how they each have their own unique artwork. And then there's an image there on the back. And we'll flip this over, take a look at the wraparound artwork. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Now maybe you can see why I think this is my favorite. I mean, that is amazing. Got the booklet here. Talks a little bit about the recording process and all that stuff. And here's the catalog again. We're not gonna go through that. We looked at it once already. We just kind of briefly flipped through it. There are some, I believe there are some adult titles in there. That's why I don't want to flip through it. But I'm gonna pause it here and show the poster, and then we'll move on to the next movie. And there's the poster. That's the wraparound artwork that's on the steelbook. That thing is beautiful. That is really, really cool. There's the artist signature, Ben Scotter, or Ben Scoter. See that? So there it was, The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue, also known as Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. Movie from 1975. I recommend this one. It's a really good zombie movie. The next one is a low-budget slasher movie, campus killer type movie, Massacre at Central High. Oops, I had to make a quick cut because on the back of the steelbook is nudity, although it is cartoon nudity. I'm not going to risk it. So here's what this steelbook looks like. I watched this movie. I thought it was okay. It was pretty good. I had this one on DVD though. The DVD that I had, or I still have it, it was a UK import, and the quality was absolutely horrendous. The DVD, it was almost unwatchable. So to get this cleaned up copy on Blu-ray, and it looks really, really good. I was glad to add this to the collection. So that is the Blu-ray. Okay, so God damn it, Don May, you made me, I had to edit twice because of you, because there's nudity on the inside of this too. So I had to do another, I had to cut a whole clip. I was talking and I showed something in here that you guys can't see here on YouTube. So I had to flip these discs around because there's an image on the Blu-ray that you definitely cannot see here on YouTube. So I put the Blu-ray in the back, put the DVD to kind of cover that nudity. So we're just going to keep moving here. It gets a little frustrating sometimes. I think I've been putting out way too much stuff and it's starting to get to me a little bit. That's why I need a break. So here's a little booklet, like probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 pages at the most. And I don't know why I'm flipping through this knowing I got struck twice already in this, just on this video. See what I mean? This movie is not like that, though. I mean, the way that this, if I didn't watch this before and I just saw everything that I saw, I would think it was damn near a porno, but it's not even close to that. So I'm not sure why they felt like they had to put all that nudity in here. But don't let that dissuade you, if that's, is that a word? Dissuade you. I don't know. I think it is a word. Dissuade means like don't let it stop you from watching it. This is a pretty good movie, so do check it out. I'm going to put all this stuff back and we're going to keep moving. The next one is called Popcorn, and this is a pretty good movie. This was a very significant release from Synapse because the DVD previous to this release was out of print, and it was really hard to find. And it was one of those DVDs that was over $150 everywhere, every time. A lot of people didn't buy it because it was so expensive. So when Synapse Films put this out, and not only on DVD, but they gave it a DVD Blu-ray combo, a lot of people bought this, and rightfully so. This is a pretty good movie. It's not great. It's definitely not great, but it's just the history of the movie and being able to own it like this. It's really nice to have in your collection. This was the original cover right here. You may remember that back in the VHS days. That's the first place I ever saw it, was on VHS. I do own the DVD. I don't think it's Synapse, though. They don't release it on DVD, but they did release this Blu-ray. If it was Synapse that released the DVD, I do have it somewhere, and I just didn't have it in this video. But rather than picking up the DVD now, you may as well grab this. This is definitely worth it. So, Popcorn, I think it was from 1987, and it was Jill Schoelen was in it. Very cute, beautiful Jill Schoelen. So let's move on to the next one. Just a quick correction before we move on to Suspiria. This, I think I said 1987 this came out. I just checked it. It was 1991. So I want to make sure I give you guys the right info. 1991 Popcorn came out, not 1987. So the next one is Suspiria, and this one came with a beautiful slipcover. This is the 40th anniversary 4K restoration, but we already talked about the 4K UHD earlier, so you may as well get that one instead. But if you're a collector and a completist, you probably want all of these, so just check out that image there on the back. How gorgeous is that? Really, really nice. And then here's the steelbook. This is the CD soundtrack. I bought this from an eBay seller, really dirt cheap, only because it only came with the CD, because I didn't need anything else. I already have the 4K and the Blu-ray and the DVD. This is probably one of the movies I have the most of in my entire collection. I have a bunch of Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies in my collection, Friday the 13th. This is right up there with those. I have quite a few releases from Synapse. From Suspiria. I didn't need the Blu-ray and the DVD, so I got a really good deal just to get the CD soundtrack. That's why it looks like that, but I wanted the steelbook too. I don't want to make it sound like I just wanted the CD. I wanted the steelbook and the CD. So we made a deal, and I got a pretty good deal on it. So not much else to say about this. We talked about it ad nauseum already, and I have talked about this many times on my channel, but this is a really, really nice addition too. Glad to have it. And the last steelbook, this may be my number one. It's either between The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue and Tombs of the Blind Dead. We'll do a little comparison. You guys tell me which one you like better. We'll do that in a minute here, but I want to go through and tell you about Tombs of the Blind Dead. Look at that. My God. And look at this. This is unbelievable. We're going to pull everything out first, and we'll look at the cover last. Here's that little info card thing. Here's a Synapse catalog from 2022. Here is a little booklet. Again, same format, 3, 4, or 5 pages, and then it has the CD soundtrack on the back. So you get the tribute CD, they're calling it, and you get the Blu-ray on top, and you get that's another Blu-ray. So you get 2 Blu-rays and a CD soundtrack. This is the original Spanish and hybrid versions. And this one, oh, hold on, let's take a look at the back image. I feel like I'm going a little too fast here. I don't want to do that. Slow it down just a hair. If you're going to do a collection overview video, you might as well enjoy it. Don't rush it. There's a couple images of the blind Templars, the Knights Templar. Man, those guys are awesome. I really love that. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. Really, really good stuff. Spanish zombie movies. And then here's what this is what I really wanted you to see. I mean, look at that. Wow. I'm going to pause it here. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison between The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue and Tombs of the Blind Dead. And you tell me, comment below which one you like better. So they're both wraparounds. I want to make sure that I kind of pan slowly so you can get an eye full and make your pick. There's a slipcover. And then let's flip the slipcover over so you can, we're going to include that as part of the package deal of which one you like better. Nice little, man, that's really good. And then we have Tombs of the Blind Dead, another wraparound, reverse cover. So you tell me which one do you like better. I'm having a hard time deciding, I really am. Initially, I was thinking it was Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. Now I'm kind of leaning more toward Tombs. But you know what? There's no wrong answer. There is no wrong answer, indeed. So these last 3, these are like, I guess, I call these the deluxe packaging steelbooks. These were put out by a company called High Def Ninja, ultra low quantities. These are going to remain sealed, so I'm not going to be able to show you them. But we have Suspiria. This is called the Black Label. We also have Phenomena. These are all Argento movies. And we have Tenebrae. I think I have these steelbooks without the deluxe. I'll have to go take a look. I think I have doubles of these because I didn't want to open these, but I'll go take a look. But you can see inside they have the Synapse steelbook. So there's a Synapse Tenebrae. Here's the back cover. Right there's the back cover. And these were limited. I think these were limited to 500, really low, and this was 137 out of 500. It's Phenomena again. Take a look at the back. This one was limited to 200. I got number 102. You may never find these. You may never find these anywhere. And then Suspiria was limited to also to 200. And it had the Suspiria steelbook, which we already looked at. It's the same exact steelbook inside there. That's another reason why I didn't get the, anyway, I'll talk about that anymore. Phenomena steelbook inside. Let me go take a look really quick to see if I can find, I thought I had the just the original steelbooks. If I don't find it, you won't see that clip here, and I want to tell you thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave any suggestions. Don't forget to tell me which one you like better between Tombs of the Blind Dead and The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. Let me know what your favorite release was, and I'm always open for suggestions. So thank you for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time.